Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about limiting beliefs. Okay, now if you've never heard that word before, basically what it means is it's those voices in your head that tell you that you can't do something, or that something's going to be bad, or something's going to be wrong, or that's basically limiting you to becoming the best version of yourself in whatever circumstance that is. Okay, so I'm sure every single person in the world has had those moments where they've gone, I can't do that because of this, or oh no, that will go wrong, or oh yeah, I've seen that happen before, and it's all bollocks, right? It's all based on stuff that is non-factual, completely. There's no evidence to back it up. It's all in your own head, okay? And a lot of it comes from our past experiences. A lot of it comes from also things that we've seen or things that we kind of assume. And as we all know, assuming makes an arse out of you and me. It's the worst thing to do. The best way to approach something that you may be a bit worried or a bit scared or a bit nervous or even just a bit like, I don't really know how to approach it, is just to start, or just to go, or just to do it. Just do it, right? Follow, what's his name? Mark, is it Mark Knight? No, guy who runs Nike. Anyway, that guy. Phil Knight. Thank you. Phil Knight. Memory got me there. Just do it. Just be nice. Just do it. Because ultimately, by doing it, you're going to learn a lot more and learn very quickly whether it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. And if it's the right thing to do, awesome, you've got there, you've crossed that hurdle. If it's not the right thing to do, then you can go, okay, sweet, that wasn't right, and you can move on, right? So it's like yesterday I was talking about timing. Sometimes timing is just good and sometimes bad. You don't know until you just like give it all your energy and just attack it and just see what happens, okay? One thing I wanted to share with you was, for example, these coaching videos that I've been sharing for the last 2 weeks or so. I thought about doing them for about a week before actually starting to do them. And I had these thoughts in my head like, oh, what if no one watches them? Oh, what if they're shit? Or what if they're this? Or what if they're that? Like, had zero evidence to back that thought process up. I just had an idea that I wanted to share some tips and tricks on how to like cope with what's going on in the world at the moment. And if you like them, cool. If you don't, whatever. And I had this thought, like worrying about what other people thought and worrying how I was going to produce them and what they would look like on camera, on Instagram, all that stuff, completely and utterly limiting beliefs about what I was thinking. When I started doing them, they started off, they were crap to begin with. I probably did about 40 takes of the first one, but then the second one I did about 30 and then 20 and then 10, and then I started doing them just off the cuff, and they started getting better and better. And yes, some videos I put up are worse than others, but I've also had some videos that people have messaged me and said, I'm really glad that you put that up. It's really helped me, or I'm so glad that, you're keeping me sane during this time. And, it's those things. It's those one little comments from people that make all this worthwhile, right? And it's completely eradicated my limiting belief around starting these videos and thinking that I could do them in the first place. So, it's just giving yourself the chance to do something and believing that you can do it as well. A limiting belief is always in your own head, right? It's always up here. And if you ask yourself questions like, okay, what evidence have I got to back up that that's not going to work, or that's going to go wrong, or that's whatever the sort of the fear is, right? If you actually write down the evidence you've got, I guarantee you have a blank page. There'll be no evidence because it's all in your own head. And if you actually start thinking about that, then it gives you the opportunity to go, oh yeah, okay, I'm actually right. There's no reason why I can't do this. I'm only going to learn from doing it. So therefore, just do it, right? Can't reiterate that enough. Just go for it, okay? Another one I wanted to just share with you is about my running, okay? So I've been running a lot. If people that follow me regularly will see I'm running a lot. I did an Ironman back in February, and then I did a marathon before that. And so like running has been a sort of quite a big part of my life in the last couple of months. And I've been like wondering and thinking, I'm never going to be able to get to that time, never going to be able to do this sort of run. I'm never going to be able to do like what the pros do or anything like that. And like little by little, I start to see improvements in things. And yes, it takes persistence and sometimes takes time. But ultimately, if my mindset is always at like, oh, I'm never going to get there, based on zero evidence, right? I don't know how fast I can run. I don't know how far I can run because I've never tried, right? And if I haven't tried, then I've got no evidence to back it up. So if I'm going to try and run a marathon in, say, like 3 hours, right? What's saying that I can't do that? right? Yeah, my physical ability, but it doesn't mean I can't improve my physical ability to be able to get there. And my mindset is the only thing that's going to be stopping me from doing that. So if I have this limiting belief that I'm like, oh, I'll never be able to run a three-hour marathon, right? Then I'm never going to be able to run a 3-hour marathon because I'm stopping myself from being the best version of myself, right? Whereas if I just say, well, if I keep going at the rate I'm going, one day I'll get there, progression over perfection. Just keep doing a little bit more than you did yesterday and you will 100% get better at whatever you're trying to work on. It's like science. It's like science of the mind. Believe me, it works, right? And I proved it to myself and I shared it the other day that I ran a 1:30 half marathon, which is like blown my mind because now I'm like, well, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can run at that pace for another 21 kilometers and do a 3-hour marathon. Who knows, right? I'm going to keep trying, but I'll never know until I actually get there. So yeah, just to finish it off, limiting beliefs are all in your own head, okay? And if you can't get them out of your head, just ask yourself the question, what's stopping me from doing this right now? And if you can't think of anything, then just do it. And if you can think of things that are going to stop you, then write them down, look at them and work out whether they're things you can overcome, right? Or whether they're things or obstacles in your way that you can maybe go around and look at in a different way. But ultimately, limiting beliefs shouldn't be the reason why you stop being the best version of yourself. Keep doing what you're doing.